Hello. Today we come to card 15, the Devil, a card about which there's much to say. The Devil is certainly one of the more frightening images in the tarot, and it's one of those cards where there's certainly a very positive message, a positive place to come to through dealing with the devil, but there is no question but that it also brings up some uncomfortable feelings. Let's look at some of the images for it first. This is the Rider-Waite image, and here you see the devil with the glyph for Saturn on his hand, a man and a woman chained to the block on which he perches, and it's important to recognize that the chains that appear to have them enslaved or in bondage are loose enough that they could lift them, should they choose to, or be aware of that, from their necks. Here is the devil, and here he's more as a tormentor with the woman crying. Here is my version of the devil in black and white, where the devil is huge, like some sort of monstrous figure that these two people feel they can't get away from. And they could be either fighting or bowing down to the devil, where they too could walk away. Here's another one of my versions that harkens back to the Rider-Waite version. And here you see the obvious sexual aspect of it, the glyph of Saturn, the inverted pentacle above his head, and the two people fighting. And then the Crowley version, which emphasizes the sexual aspect of it, which was very much Crowley's preferred way of looking at it. And he was sort of inclined to not think of that as so bad. But what the devil can represent lust, but what it really represents is unbridled emotions, emotions that you have no control over, emotions that take you over and to which you become enslaved or enchained, in bondage too. As we think about where we've been, first we came from death, where we faced death, and then we moved to a middle place, to temperance, where we entered, on one level, one could think of that as entering the bardos, entering the realms between being in form, being in this world, and being pure spirit. And going through these middle grounds, the bardos, there are different realms that you have to pass through or visit, and one of them is a hell realm, a hellish realm, which this would be the devil. Also, if you think of the traditional mythological or fairy tale-like hero's journey, death is where the hero appeared to be defeated, and temperance is where he must be tempered, where he has been brought down, but he will not stay down. He sees the light in the darkness, and is also aware of the darkness in the light. He is not yet ready to face the enemy again. He must be tempered or strengthened. And this is where he meets the teacher, where he deals with what he needs to learn, which can be a frightening thing, can involve facing fears or difficulties before he can then rise once again. The devil, really, what it really represents, what these all get down to is our connection to form. We come into form in this world, and as we die, we have to let go of form. But as our spirit agrees to take form, there are many things that allows us to do and learn, to give our spirit something to work with. But we forget that we're spirit, and we think that we're form, and in that we become deluded, we become enslaved, we become in bondage to what we consider the realities of form, good and evil. The devil would be evil. Situations that torment us, the idea of me, mine, what belongs to me, the difficult emotions that come up with that, anger, greed, frustration, despair, need, desire, and fear. All of these. Behind all of them behind all these emotions is the fear of getting hurt or a hurt. And all of that also has to do with form, because as spirit, we are unhurtable. That's the name of Anahata, unstruck, the heart chakra, that we cannot truly be hurt, ever. But as form, we can be hurt. And the devil brings up all of these feelings of fear and anger and, as I said, greed, hatred, torment that drive us. When the devil comes up in a reading, it shows an obsessive need that blinds one, really, that moves one, that makes one feel that one must have something, or nothing will be all right, that you're in the grip of. When the devil shows up reversed, you've moved from that a bit and have started to begin to see the spirit that informs all form. This is really the essence of the teaching of the devil as teacher. Saturn represents discipline, responsibility, life lessons, limitations, because Saturn used to be considered the outermost planet. When we come into form, Saturn is the idea of what our responsibilities are, what we are to do with our time. And it also represents the teacher, the difficulties that we encounter on our path, the particular demons that come to haunt us, and how we are to face them and learn from them. Saturn and the devil is also Mara, which is illusion, the illusion of form. And Mara came to the Buddha as he sat under the Bodhi tree and came to him in all these different tempting or frightening forms. And every time the Buddha said, is that you, Mara? And that was every time when he recognized Mara in all these forms, that was like the process of him coming to enlightenment. But even as the Buddha was perfect and enlightened, Mara continued to come to him throughout his lifetime. And that's because in this world of form, we have to deal with form. There's no magic escape from it. And again, we are forced to face what torments us, what we find difficult, the hateful or fearful or bondage to desire feelings that come up in us. This is also, in terms of going through the bardos, where one faces a fearful circumstance and also fully lets go of the form of the body, because once one does that, when you enter the bardos, you are given the exhortation first to follow the clear light. So rather than get caught up in the particulars of letting go of form, you follow the light. You look for the light within the form that pervades and enlightens the form, and you follow that light. That is what you're called upon to do with the devil today. Again, as you think of the mythological story, the hero's path, think of where the hero is beaten again. Like in The Dark Knight Rises, Batman is beaten by Bane and is thrown into this pit a prison that no one ever escapes from, and is told by someone there, as he keeps trying to climb this unscalable wall, you have to face your fears, basically, and he does, and then he's able to climb the wall and save the world. We may not be able to face all of our fears quite so successfully in one day and go on to save the world, but with the devil, we are called upon to look at what torments us or drives us, or what our particular tormentors are in this form, and perhaps our temptations, and to look for the light within that. Enjoy your time with this being that can appear to be frightening, but is ultimately the teacher, driving you to see the form within yourself. And next time we will move on to card number 16, the Tower, where form breaks and the light truly arises. See you soon.